Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my very first online rated Age of Empires 3 match. It's on Vanilla, which is with no expansion packs, and it's a 2-on-2 on the map Large Soggenaway. And to begin off, I immediately start to try to move slightly closer to my ally, realize he's already planting a city, there's a herd, I'm going to plant my town center immediately. Anyway, this is at the very lowest levels of the game, as I mentioned, so it's not going to be brilliant gameplay. I myself haven't played Rush in quite some time, so I'm just going to be slightly rusty. Anyway, let's see. Sorry about the mouse at the top of the screen. It's very, very difficult to record this game because it's old and it's difficult. I'm just glad the mouse wasn't in the middle of the screen. My mouse, in actuality, was moving around all over the screen, but it's okay. It's like this. Anyway, so I started off the game scouting around my town center. I'm trying to locate a few main herds. I need a good source of food. I need to be able to have mines and wood aplenty, but this is a great map for it. I'm looking around. I think I've seen 2 or 3 herds already. I see a mine right there. My explorer's done. My villagers are built. For some reason, they ran off immediately instead of gathering crates. I'm not sure why. I must have accidentally set a waypoint. Anyway, I get the treasure, and it's good. I know from the map itself that the 2 enemies are exactly, I don't know what the word is, but like flipped over on the other side of the map from where we are. So I'm not too concerned about finding them. I do at one point though want to know who's near me. I want to know whether purple or whether green's near me. That'll impact my gameplay strategy. After I find out who I'm going to be attacking first, I'm going to check their deck, see what their strategy appears to be, and make the best decision I can. I only have 1 deck right now for Russians anyway, so there's not a whole lot I can do. Russia's create settlers and blocks, yada yada yada. My deck has a lot of resource cards in it, by the way, which is good. It allows me to overcome Russia's generally weak economy. It's hard to manage, so anyway, my first game, I didn't do as well as I would have liked, but I think I did fine. You'll see the results. I don't want to spoil anything, but let's see. So my villagers are coming. House is up. Beginning part of the game, especially, I'm pretty good with making sure everything's tasked. It's very important, especially in like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game, to make sure that every second of villager time is used up, because even a little bit of villager time not used up means 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 resources not gained. Anyway, at this point, I find out that green's my enemy. I steal his treasure right from under his nose. It's, I think, 45 wood or something, which is an excellent treasure for this point in the game. It really is going to help me because I'm going to want to rush him. You can see now I'm checking his home city. I want to see his cards. I only noticed some hussars and some towers in his deck, so I'm not worried. I don't need to worry about crossbowmen. I don't need to worry about pikemen. I definitely have this, I think, strelets with some muskets maybe mixed in. I should be able to do it. I'm keeping close tabs on my villagers. Looks good. I'm not sending any shipments, by the way, and the reason why is my only first aid shipment I have is 300 wood, or 300 food, pardon me, and I'm going to save it for second age. I have all 3 700 resource shipments, food, coin, and wood. I have 13 strelets, I believe, 4 Cossacks, and then the fast training cards and a few economy cards. So my deck's actually pretty balanced. It's good for a somewhat fast rush or somewhat rush, but it's generally fine. Notice at this point, I kind of got things under control. I look at Purple's deck. Notice I pause. I was shocked that he didn't have a full deck. But like I said, this was a noob game. I entered the game. This was my first online rush match on Vanilla. So Vanilla Age of Empires, no expansions. So it's very obvious that I was starting at the lowest game. I wasn't challenging anybody of note. It was a 2-on-2, just a random game. I jumped in. I said, "Hey, can I record?" They were cool with it. Notice I sent the sheep back to me. At some point, it's a sheep fatted up and eat. It's, I think so far that's 1,600 food. I think sheep fattened to be 400 food a piece. So it's pretty good for me so far. I let my teammate know I'm about to age. I picked the wood. A lot of people say go with the 4 cows. 4 cows ends up being 2,000 food, which is a lot more than 400 wood. But my strategy pretty much was to get a blockhouse up and rush. I had 13 on food. I had 1 on wood. I assumed in my head that it would be much wiser for me to take the wood. It would allow me to pay for 4 batches of strelets or 2 batches of strelets in 2 houses, which I think would be a more equal split. I fight the polar bear there. I believe there was more wood there. Notice at this point, I'm also keeping a very close eye on my wood count. I need 200 wood to, I need 250 wood, pardon me, for that villager right there to build a blockhouse. And I'm at 204, so, and I'm aging, and I want to have that blockhouse up as close to aging as possible. With a little bit more practice, I'll hopefully get it so I have the blockhouse up before I'm done aging. That way, the minute I age, I can get things going, but not the case here. Not too bad, though. At the lower echelons of the game rankings, I can afford to play that way. Anyway, I killed a polar bear. Before I fought him, you notice I went really low on health. I checked to make sure that my attack was greater. His health was slightly greater, but my attack was high enough to overcome the differential. So I was able to take him out, no problem. At this point, neither of my teammates have, neither of my opponents, pardon me, have aged, and they built a trade center, which is, in my mind, especially in a 2-on-2 rush, an absolute waste of resources. There's no need to sink 250 wood into a trade post. Also notice that purple who did it is Dutch, or if it was purple, I find out later it's purple. Spoiler, sorry. I think I said something. Okay, purple age. But notice purple's Dutch. His banks cost 350 apiece. If I was him, I would have saved it. Notice I send my strelets immediately. I'm low on housing, though, so I think I'm going to build houses quickly. There we go. I built 1 more house. I should have really just immediately built another house. Yes, I do. Notice I set the waypoint at the blockhouse to there so the men arrive there. That way I don't have to walk them across the map. Just general little smart trick, you know. I'm sending my new villagers to different points on the map. I'm keeping up production. That's just general, no nonsense, wise moves. And then after that I send 700 wood. Look at the point. I'm got 10 on food, 4 on wood, none on coin. So I really still anticipated wood being a necessity. So I sent 700 wood after my Cossacks. I start harassing his villagers because the reason why is if I can get his villagers even to run away temporarily, that's an advantage. That's time that my villagers are making food and making me resources that his aren't. So it was very important for me to start harassing him immediately. The minute I got those 13 strelets, I didn't expect to conquer him with them. Notice I reined them back in. I don't want them to go near his town center. I don't want to lose them. At this point, really, I just want to harass him. So I shoot his villagers. I believe they start to run. Let's see. Yep, they start to run. I bring my strelets back. I send the Cossacks after them. I figure Cossacks can pursue them and kill them. Strelets can stay there and harass him. His villagers start to come back, indicating that he expected to be safe there hunting. Not generally. Also, it's generally not smart to herd away from your town center. If you're going to herd, you want to move your villagers to the other side of the herds, as you'll notice I did earlier in the video on my first herds, closer to you. That way, you know, it's easier to defend them. Also, you don't really want to herd when you know there's an enemy between you and your enemy. Especially when the enemy is playing Russia and they're a rushing civilization, a civilization that is known for rushing. Anyway, so I get my 700 wood. I had switched back the resource or the home city arrival shipment point back to the town center. That way my villagers could get it. I then send my Cossacks out to explore. Villager production has been consistent so far, not bad. I keep trying to rein these guys in, but I kind of made a boo-boo because it had been taking a while. Anyway, let's see what happens. I then send gold. Probably not the greatest decision, but in my mind I was like, I'm going to want to start putting muskets out there, if not Cossacks. Gold, I can't really gather 700 gold quickly. If I decide, alright, strelets are good, I need to age, gold was a wise choice. All around, I really just relied on what I could produce in the game. Yes, it does seem like we got this, by the way. Notice I commented there. Overall, I relied on what I could make in the game militarily, but really bolstered my economy and my war effort through home city shipments, which is a good choice. Some people bolster their military. I chose to bolster whatever. I chose to boost my economy rather than my military, just because 2,100 resources, that's more than I have total this entire game, and I sent them at any one point, and I sent that amount through, you know. So it was just, in my mind, really smart. Notice, I know they have a trade post. I'm looking for it, hoping I can catch it off guard. I try to start destroying the town center, and I just keep progressing. I notice a skirmisher with his explorer. I try to kill it without taking any damage. I do fairly well. I just figured that's 90 resources he's spending to making it. I can kill it quickly and run away, no big problems. Everything's going fairly smoothly at this point. Looks like I have his town under control. That's interesting. Notice he built a tower by the trade post. That means he put 500 wood in that thing. 500 wood, I think that would make 30 or 40 pikemen combined with food. There's some pikemen, by the way, coming at me. I run away, hoping just to kind of discombobulate him and confuse him. I go back to make sure villager production stays up. I don't want to lose it. Also, just kind of scout his town out a little bit. 4 Cossacks really isn't a big investment either way. I do know he has a stable there, by the way. Green does. I didn't expect him to have enough to make horses. You'll see what happens. I'm guessing purple gave him some resources, because purple's score seems really low for where purple should be in the game. He sends out a few horses to come attack me. I dispatch them. I lose more than I should, though. I really should have had muskets already at that point. I didn't. Like I said, I haven't been playing in a while. It was a new mistake. Anyway, there comes some more hussars. I was surprised at this point he was able to muster up almost 10 hussars. I mean, his score looks low. At least I thought I had really disrupted him. That should be able to kill most of those Strelets, but at this point I have a huge production advantage. I wish I hadn't let my Cossacks there, but I got distracted. I was having to try to guide blue to the villagers in the trees right there. There he goes. Now he sees him. Nope, he walks by. Nope, he gets him, I hope. There we go. Notice I got muskets coming. I sent team fast training rather than solo fast training, just aware that blue now was entering the fight. He thought I should rush first. He didn't think he'd be attacked. He was right. Purple didn't attack. Neither of them really prepared to be attacked. They figured me and green would fight. So I told him, let me do the initial rush, then you come back me up. He was okay with it. It worked out well. At this point, we're going to take down the town center, I think, fairly easily. He's got more men on it now than I do. I lost most of my Strelets, but not a problem. The 700 gold, the food come in handy. Probably need more people on food, but that was my fault. That was bad production on my part. Anyway, more horses. Again, I'm very sure at this point that purple's got to be feeding him, and that's a very foolish decision. If I was purple, I'd really just be telling him, look, they're going to come get you. Run to my base. I'll build walls. I'll age up. I'll make cannons. I don't see feeding I don't see feeding resources to purple to be a wise decision. I didn't check the post game, by the way, to confirm it. I probably should have. But I don't see feeding resources to save a doomed town to be wise. Just making sure villagers stay up. 16 on food, 9 on coin, 7 on wood. Good thing. Good balance. I send the food, though, because I'm slightly low. I'm producing units like a madman. I figure it would be wise to. I send my villager up to start a forward base, and I let blue know at this point that we need to capitalize. They seem to be playing very poorly, obviously, but that's to be expected due to their rank and just ability in general. So I let them know, alright, we got this, let's go attack. If this was a good player, we really would have needed to attack instantly to capitalize. But this wasn't a good player. There was no need to attack instantly to capitalize. But I'm not going to play worse just because we're playing not good opponents. I'm still going to try to play to the best of my ability. At this point, I don't make more villagers because I want to age up. I want to get some more town centers or some cannons. I think it's wise. At this point, blue flares in the middle of the map, and I looked there a few times trying to figure out what he does. See, look, I look back like, okay, those are some horses, what's up? Not sure what up. I then send my army to go where I'm getting my forward base done, and then he tells me he wants to put men there, and I let him know I'm already in process of building a forward base. I have my villager already up there. My muskets are close behind. So I build it next to the treasure, by the way, just in case I get a chance to grab it. It would be nice. That's what it is. I'm not too worried about it. He says I had a best idea. I don't think English is his first language, but that's okay. I know this game has a huge European fan base. At this point, I'm just doing some general resource management. Game's in the bag. I just want to make sure I have a steady flow of food, coin, and wood. Nothing big. There's a point here where I think I'm going to really neglect part of my resources. He starts to attack my villager, I think, and I start to move my army towards him, move my villager back, just to try to save it. I do save it, actually. It worked out well. I'm able to then resume building the blockhouse. Blue starts building barracks next to me. Very wise of him. And that's about it. Blue's army comes. Blue's had the benefit of not spamming men every bit to try to keep them off balance, which I don't begrudge Blue in the slightest. I built some houses, by the way, there, just because I already have my eye on that villager. It's easy to do. You pretty much have map control, and I just want to make sure I have enough pop for more men. I do taunt 31, which is a horn, just to say, let's go attack him. I start to march off, and then lo and behold, purple attacks blue. After finding some herds, I look back, I see it, I go, okay, awesome, and I take the opportunity to go run into purple's town, since his army's out trying to stop blue. I don't think purple at this point realized I was out there attacking.
Здравствуйте. Правильно. Охотник.
Yeah, I make some strelets because I have mostly a musketeer army at this point. Yeah, nothing big happening really at this point. Notice I have 15 villagers go idle. I just noticed it, at least in the game. I'm really a one-track mine kind of guy, so it was really hard for me not to pay attention. I look for a mine. I almost send them to that one, and then I realize looking on the mini-map there's one closer, so I send them to the closest one. And yeah, so this point is looking good. I'm age 3. I am doing fairly well. I'm about to burn his town center. His town doesn't seem to have much. I general chat there. That's what the asterisk in front of the words is for. It's pretty much over. And I'm just looking to finish it out. Add them some strelets via shift clicking to my main army, just because it'd be too hard to wait till they walk over there and add them. Destroy his town center. He's an H2, which means he doesn't have another town center laying around. He now has to go build one. I start to go attack the farm, and I notice there's 3 settlers on there. I go, after killing them, I realize that nobody in their smart mind would only have 3 settlers, so I get a hunch. I don't think I've gotten it yet, though. I think I burned the farm and burned the market first. But I realized fairly quickly that his men aren't there, his villagers aren't there, they must have run off somewhere. So I start to go attack. I use my new town centers just to keep up production. It's a done deal at this point, but old habits die hard. I'm always the type that's like, alright, I have to keep going, I have to keep going, I have to make sure my economy's good. So, Blue's destroying the barracks of purple. I'm looking over, just trying to keep an eye on the map, see what's up. Nothing exciting. I stop burning the market there. I realize he's running away. You'll see what happens. So I get attacked by Green's Explorer. I take the opportunity to go kill a Green's Explorer, hopefully knock him out of the game. Fortunately, notice the waypoint I tried to set near him was only a civilian unit, not a military unit, so it didn't send. So yeah, the unit started to run the wrong way. Anyway, I started exploring the top edge of the map, just expecting there to be men there. I realized my mistake, sent my musketeers back to go kill Green's Explorer, go back to my army up there. Let's see. And yep, there are all purple's villagers. My hunch was correct. He runs away. So I was kind of wondering, does he have an army there? What's up? Either that or a boat. Those are my 2 guesses. And lo and behold, he runs to the shore, and there's a beautiful boat that loads up his men and sails away. So I let my ally know, boats. He's got a boat. We're going to need a boat. I initially tell my one settler that I have down here that built the blockhouse and the houses to go build an arsenal. Culverines are super effective against boats. But then I realized shortly after, his men aren't going to stay on the boat. He's going to go land them somewhere. So I tell him I'm going to make some coals. But I think shortly after I realized, oh crap, I'm going to have to take another boat and go across the water and see what's up. That was my mom. I don't know if you heard it, but she came in, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit quieter. Anyway, I walk near the shore, just hoping if the boat is stupid enough to come near me, I can shoot at it, and it does. Look at the boat. Notice there's not the flag on it that says there's people on it, so I shoot it, and I know that his people have been dropped off somewhere. I fly across the map. I'm guessing he's building them right above Blue's town. But I don't think he has a military, like I said, really low match game. But I send my military back up this way just to make sure. And at this point, it really is over. Blue sends some men. I build a frigate just because I can. Of all the boats I could have built, I went for the biggest and the baddest because I'm really the most powerful person in the game at this point, I think. And I just wanted to really, if he did have any boats left, go kill them. So I check up there, nobody there, look around. I think I just send a random fort card, but at this point I wasn't really needing a fort or planning to build it. So has green quit. I age up to age 4 just for more advanced stuff. And that's about it. I think at this point I send my army to go across the ocean. No, I go to check to see if he has any more docks. I didn't want to be foolish. My boat goes. My frigate finally deploys. I go check to make sure he doesn't have more of a navy, and it's really academic at this point. So it was a good game. I'm not super thrilled with how I played. By the way, look, if you look to the right on the mini map, you'll see my hunter's correct. There's purple building. It wasn't a great game for me, but by all means, it was a quite fine game for me for a first game, and it was really good. So, Blue sends over there, kills him, and it is easy at this point. So, not much more to say. I hope you guys like this. If you like it, leave a comment, rate, subscribe. I don't think anybody actually does upload videos of this nature onto YouTube, so it's a good niche for me to do. Anyway, thanks for watching, and peace out, guys. I will be uploading a second one soon.